Some places hold on to things. Memories, energy, and sometimes something else entirely. Marcus had been managing seasonal stores for 3 years. Halloween shops, Christmas outlets, summer pop-ups. He thought he'd seen it all until that October night when everything changed. The call came at 9 p.m. The Riverside location was drowning in last-minute chaos. Their manager had called in sick, leaving just one assistant to handle the closing rush. Marcus grabbed his keys and drove 40 minutes through fog-thick streets to help. The store felt wrong the moment he stepped inside. Too quiet, too cold. The costume displays seemed to watch him with hollow eyes, but Halloween stores always felt unsettling after hours. At least, that's what he told himself. By 11 p.m., the last customer had left. Just Marcus and Sarah, the assistant manager, a young woman with nervous energy who kept glancing toward the darkened corners of the store. She wrapped her arms around herself as they began the closing routine, her breath visible in the suddenly frigid air. Marcus counted the register while Sarah swept the front. The fluorescent lights hummed overhead like dying insects. That's when the smell hit him. Old fabric and dust, sure, but underneath it all something medicinal. Antiseptic, like a hospital corridor at 3 in the morning. He shook it off and headed toward the back office, cash box heavy in his hands. The storage area stretched before him, shadows pooling between costume racks and cardboard displays. His footsteps echoed on the linoleum, each step seeming too loud in the oppressive silence. That's when he saw it. A flash of white. Quick, deliberate, moving between the costume racks toward the break room. Not floating or drifting like fabric caught in a breeze. This thing was walking with purpose, with intention. Marcus blinked. Long hours under fluorescent lighting could make anyone see things. He'd probably just glimpsed a white costume swaying in the air conditioning. He entered the cramped office space. The air tasted metallic now, like pennies left in summer heat. Behind him, the lightweight door swung shut. These temporary locations had warped frames and uneven floors, so doors closing on their own wasn't unusual. But this door didn't just close. It slammed with the force of someone putting their full weight behind it. The sound echoed through the empty store like a gunshot, making Marcus jump and nearly drop the cash box. He called out for Sarah, but silence was his only answer. His hands trembled as he grabbed the radio. Sarah's voice crackled through, thin and scared. She was up front by the registers and had heard the door slam too. Neither of them had touched it. The temperature plummeted. Marcus could see his own breath now, thick white puffs in the suddenly Arctic air. His fingers went numb as he fumbled with the cash count, desperate to finish and get out of that suffocating back room. Something was watching him. He could feel eyes boring into his back, but every time he turned around, nothing was there. Just empty costume racks and cardboard boxes stacked against the walls. He worked faster, hands shaking as he sorted bills and receipts. Just finish the paperwork, lock up the money, and get out. That's when the box moved. A small cardboard container sat in the center of the desk. Donation stickers for the children's hospital. Bright, cheerful designs meant to bring hope to sick kids. The box sat at least 6 inches from any edge, stable and secure on the flat surface. And then it tipped, not knocked over by vibration or wind. It simply tipped over as if invisible hands had pushed it. Dozens of colorful stickers scattered across the dirty linoleum like fallen leaves. Marcus stared at the mess, his heart hammering against his ribs. The antiseptic smell grew stronger, overwhelming his senses. It reminded him of pediatric wards, of small hands reaching for comfort that would never come. Every rational part of his mind screamed explanations. Old building settling, uneven surface, faulty heating system. But deep down, in that primal part of his brain that still remembered when humans huddled around fires to keep the darkness at bay, he knew the truth. He wasn't alone in that room. Marcus ran, left the money scattered on the desk, the stickers on the floor. His shoes squeaked against linoleum as he sprinted toward the front of the store, not caring how it looked, not caring about procedure. He just needed to get away from whatever was breathing down his neck in that back room. Sarah was already grabbing her keys when he reached the front, her face pale as moonlight. She didn't ask questions, didn't demand explanations. One look at his face told her everything she needed to know. They stumbled into the parking lot, cold October air burning their lungs. The store sat behind them, dark windows reflecting streetlights like dead eyes. In the safety of the parking lot, With distance between them and whatever lurked in those shadows, Sarah finally spoke. She had seen it too. The white figure moving through the back of the store. Not moving like something lost or confused, but walking like it belonged there. Like it had been waiting. They never spoke about that night again. Marcus finished out the season at other locations, but he never returned to the Riverside store. Some places, he learned, hold on to more than just memories. But sometimes, late at night when sleep won't come, Marcus wonders about those donation stickers. The ones that scattered across the floor when the box tipped over. Because when the day manager opened the store the next morning, she found something strange. The money was still on the desk where Marcus had left it. The box was still overturned, but the stickers were gone. Every single one. Not a trace of them anywhere in the store. As if small, invisible hands had carefully gathered them up in the dark, taking them somewhere no living person could follow.